to be doing a wreath with a hummingbird. Isn't this really cute? So this is a sign and ribbon set that is in the RCL Sign and More. We're going to be doing a wreath today with 2 mesh, and we're going to be doing a method that uses 2 Woodland Ruffles. These are fabric stripe mesh. These actually came from Carolina Pottery. I just think these are beautiful colors for spring and summer. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to put them on my mesh roller. I really like this because it allows me to cut multiple rolls of mesh at one time. So I'm just going to pull them out and I'm going to cut them at between 34 and 35 inches. You're going to need to cut at least 6 pieces. I went ahead and cut the entire 2 rolls, but you really only need 6 pieces. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get our frame ready. Now the method that I have planned for this is not going to require as many ties. So we're going to need 10 ties. I like to just go right on the middle, and I'm going to start by doing these crossbars. So that's going to get us 6 pieces. And I am going around both. This is going to ensure that our pieces are not going to move. I'm going to be using this tool that I created called the Deco Mesh Ruffle Tool. You don't have to use this. If you don't want to use it, I'm going to show you how to do it without it. So with this method, what you want to do is to curl your ends 2 or 3 times. So one curl is going to be a complete circle so that you can't see the seam. So that would be like 3 there. Then you will just go straight up the center like this. You can use a clip to hold it in place. And this is a Woodland Ruffle. So a double Woodland Ruffle is just 2 of these together. So we can put this piece in while we're working on the other piece. I like to put something heavy on the other side to keep it from rolling while I'm trying. So I go all the way around like that. And then I want to do the other end as well. Okay. So we'll just take this piece. You can reopen or you can just leave it like it is and just put it right on top. It's not going to hurt it. So this is the double Woodland Ruffle. Okay, so we're going to do the clip this time. I'm still going to put something heavy on the end. I'll start 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to take a clip, chip clip, whatever kind of clip you want to use. I'm going to clip that on there. Then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do 3 on the other side and then go straight up the center. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So clip, flip it, and then do this side. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, we'll put this one in. Spread it out. You want to spread it out so that they will match and they won't show frame. Okay, so the blue is going to go on the bottom, so I want to start with the blue. Put our heavy piece down there. All right. So doing this method is really great for mesh that has a tendency to fray. This one does. So just like when we did both ways, I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. Now, you can either go up and then do your curls, or like that clip, you can turn it around and then go up. Okay, so I'm going to show you both ways. With this, I'm just pushing it right up. What I like about this is that if you have any kind of problem with your hands hurting, this is really going to help, because it's going to take the pressure off of your fingers doing the ruffle. So I'm going to show you the other way now. What's great is I can load it right on top of this one. Okay. So do my little curls, and I'm just going to push it right on just like I did before. This time I'm going to go ahead and do my ruffle and then stop and do my curl. If you struggle with this, then you can still use the clips, or you can do it the other way I showed you. Okay. To get this to stand up, you just push the mesh so that it is laying flat like this, and then the whole piece will stand up. You can just grab it at the bottom, pull it out. All right, then we're going to put the next one in. Match them up. There we go. This mesh likes to stick to itself, and sometimes you do get mesh that sticks to itself. Just have to be a little patient with it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add on the other pieces, and then we'll start on the next part. So we have 6 pieces on here, as you can see, and they're 2 double Woodland Ruffles, and they all are at 35 inches. So the next thing we need to do is just cut our ribbon tails. I'm going to put the Hummingbird and the blue together. I'm just going to use my measuring comb here, and I'm going to do 12-inch pieces, and I'm going to do 6 of them. So each side is going to be 1. So I already have 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then I just pull it out. I just trim it off at the top and the bottom. Okay, and then I can dovetail them all together. I'm going to do the pink, then we'll start adding them in. Just stack them on top of each other and just put them on the comb. Now I had pre-cut mine, so I knew how much I had to use. Okay, now we can get started on the next part. Now we're going to take our cut ribbon. We're going to fold it in half, pinch it, kind of get a little bit of curl underneath it and start adding it in to our wreath. There. And I'm just going to alternate the ribbons. So now you can see it's very full. You can see from the back, it looks all nice and neat. If you wanted to add in, you'll have 4 pieces if you cut your entire mesh. You can add those in, or you can stop with this. So it won't quite do a second wreath, but pretty close. You may be able to get a pixie wreath out of what's left. All right, and then we're going to put our sign right in the middle. Now you can kind of put it up on top, or you can bury it inside like this. Just like that, which I kind of like. If you want to do your sign inside, one thing you can do is take a piece of plastic mesh and just attach it to the back. So you would just want to trim it off to match the wreath. This can make it a little bit easier to get your sign to stay where you want it. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. All right, so what I'll do is I will tie this down. I'm gonna put it inside here. Okay, flip it back over, and I'm gonna attach this to the frame just with some zip ties. You could also use pipe cleaners, you could use wire, whatever you would like. Okay, just push that back. All this is going to do is prevent it from falling in, so it'll stay in the place that we want it. I usually attach it in about 3 or 4 places. You don't have to do that many. You could just do 2. It's not going to come out. And all it's going to do is provide a base for our sign. So now we're just going to take some metal hole punch and pop a little hole in our sign here. Okay, and then take some 26 gauge wire. I just run it through the holes. I do like to twist it at the top just so the wire's not going to come out. And then I'm going to kind of place this inside, just like that. I'll take my weaving needle, just so I can have control over where that wire is going to go. I really want it to go through the frame itself. So right through here like this, because I want to tie it on to the frame. So I can kind of bring it up here and tie it. So I'm just going to twist it around the frame Make sure it's tight, but not too tight. You want to have a little room to work on the bottom. There we go. I do it about 3 or 4 times and then trim off the excess. Now we'll get the bottom part done. So anytime you have trouble with the sign not staying in place, you can always put this plastic mesh on the back. You can get this from Walmart, Amazon. You can get it really from any craft store. But look how cute that is inside there. Can you see that? That is so cute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple bows to add on. Okay, so we're going to do couple bows. So we'll start with this bright pink on the bottom. We're going to do a spider bow. So we're going to pull up our ribbon, fold it over. You want to hold it up like this and cut towards the top to make that dovetail. If you hold it down, you're going to accidentally cut it and it's going to look like that. So you just want to do that. We want short tails, like maybe 6 inches. And then we're going to do 5-inch loops. So the way this bow works is that you do 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other side with 2 tails. This is a 3-loop bow. And what you do is you alternate it. So you can either just start with your tails on this side, or you can flip your bow maker in case you're worried you're going to get confused. It's really easy just to flip it and then keep going. Okay. So this time we're going to do the 3, but the tails are going to be over here and the 2 loops are going to be over here. So if you see, it really kind of works out. Even though it is an odd number, it becomes an even number because you're doing 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, flip again. When I make these bows, I generally like to put my focal ribbon on the very top, because I really want to see that more, and it does tie in everything together. All right. And then we'll end off with this one. So we flip again. Okay, make our dovetail. There. I also like to just cut my 1.5 at an angle. Okay, so there's the first one. Okay, so we'll get our zip tie. Just go under the whole thing. Get the zip tie started. And then just pull it right out. You can actually pull it out with the zip tie. Then you'll see there's a little indentation where the bow maker was. And we're just going to lightly hold our bow while we move that around. And you want to tighten it, but not to the point where you can't get a zip tie in. Where you can't get a pipe cleaner in. Okay? So I'm just going to put a pipe cleaner in the back. and then I'm going to finish tightening it. I like to hold my bows like this while I'm fluffing them. So to fluff it, you want to pull your tails to the side first. These are the legs of the spider here. Okay, pull, 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 pull. There we go, just like that. Then you want to pull your loops apart and fluff them. So you want to twist and then pull out any pieces that are stuck down in the middle. That twisting, that helps to break it, what we call breaking the bow, so that you can get all of those little pieces that are stuck down in there out. Because if they have creases in them, they're not going to fluff out nicely. So you want to get those creases out, and by twisting it, you're loosening it so that you can get that done. Okay. There we go. See how cute that is? What I like about this bow is it comes out very rounded because of the way we put the tails. So you just adjust the tails so that they give you that nice roundness, like this. So I want to put one up here. I want to put one down here. So I'm just going to go right around where I have the mesh. I'm going to tie it all the way around the frame. So now I just trim it off and tuck that back inside. Look how cute that is. You see how cute that is? Oh, that's so cute. So you can do a second bow and put it up here or in the middle or on the side. I'll show you what that looks like. You can also just stop with the one bow. So if you wanted to put a second bow in, I would put it kind of off center just because you don't want to cover up Hummingbird's face. So we can put it here. Okay, so the other thing that you could do is you could add in some florals. You could do pink, blue, green, anything like that. I just have a little bit of blue here. This is just a wildflower bush. Okay. So I'm just going to cut them off. I don't need a ton, so I don't need a whole bunch. I just need a little to add in. I like to push them up so that it creates more towards the bottom. That's going to fill in a little better. I want to add in a little bit of pink as well. This is from Hobby Lobby. This one is from my wholesaler, but you can get similar things. I like this one because it has a lot of greenery and the colors are very pretty. So what we're going to do is put them together, bend the edge just like this. We're going to go to where we tied our pieces on, and that pipe cleaner, I'm just going to kind of make it into a circle. And that's going to give me a nice place to put in my greenery. Just like that. I'm going to hook it in there. And then when I let the glue dry, I'm just going to push it together. So you don't want to do it immediately because you would burn yourself. Okay, so I just get some glue on it. Place it right inside. Okay, and then I'll give it a minute, and then I'll come back and pinch that piece together. Get our little hooks here. Okay. Just like that. There we go. Now I'll go back and just push these together. Okay. This is a very springy wreath for our first week of spring. There we go. We can also put a little bit in the bow. So I cut a few of these pieces off. These are so cute. Let's just add a little bit into our bow. So we just pull up the bow and glue it in between the pieces, the ribbons. Okay. Now I went towards the softer pinks, even though there is a lot of brighter pinks on here. You could go for the brighter pinks. There we go. All right. Oh, that's so cute. Love these. One there. One over here. Here we go. And it's all done. So what I like about this project is that you can use less mesh but still get a really full look. And you'll have almost enough mesh to do another one. We did use 2 rolls, but I hope you like it. That turned out so cute. Look at our little hummingbird in there. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe and like, and we'll see you soon.